Listen up, heathens, lend me your ears. We're about to journey back in time to the Viking Age, a period spanning roughly 793 to 1066 AD, when these fierce Scandinavian seafarers left their mark on history. But when it comes to the toughest of the tough, who reigns supreme? Today we're pitting the Vikings against Vikings. We're talking Denmark, Sweden, Norway, three nations, one ferocious warrior culture. Let's start with number 3. Now, don't underestimate the Swedes. They might be our number 3 contender, but they were forces to be reckoned with, especially in the east. These Vikings were the masters of trade, navigating the intricate network of rivers and portages that crisscrossed the vast expanse of modern-day Russia. They established vital trading outposts, forging connections with the Byzantine Empire and the burgeoning Islamic world. These weren't just temporary camps, they established thriving centers of commerce and culture, like Novgorod and Kiev. Kiev, in particular, became the nucleus of the powerful Kievan Rus, a precursor to modern-day Russia, Ukraine and Belarus. While the Swedish Vikings were undoubtedly great explorers and shrewd merchants, their focus was different from their Western counterparts. They weren't as fixated on the large-scale raids and conquests that characterized the Danes and Norwegians. Their prowess lay in diplomacy, strategic alliances, and amassing wealth. Imagine their longboats laden with silks, spices, and precious metals, sailing those rivers, forging an empire on trade rather than just brute force. However, in the arena where we're ranking our Viking factions, raw warrior spirit holds a certain weight. The Swedish Vikings, while influential, weren't as defined by their martial prowess as the next 2 contenders. Now we come to the Danish Vikings, our second-place champions. They were the terror of Western Europe, launching wave after wave of raids and conquests that left kingdoms trembling. England, in particular, bore the brunt of their fury. These weren't just smash-and-grab raids. The Danes established a powerful presence in England, even ruling the land for a time under the legendary King Canute the Great. The Danish Vikings were masters of fortification, building impressive strongholds like the Trelleborg ring forts. But what truly sets the Danish Vikings apart is their legacy of conquest and settlement. They weren't content with just raiding and plundering, they sought to establish themselves, to rule, to leave a lasting impact. However, while the Danish Vikings were undoubtedly fierce warriors and ambitious rulers, there's a certain raw, untamed spirit, a sense of relentless exploration and daring, that they lacked compared to our top contender. They were a force of nature, no doubt, but one that eventually sought to settle and rule within established boundaries. But our number 1 pick, well, they were more like a black hole. Endlessly fascinating, endlessly powerful, and with a reach that extends far beyond the known universe. But there was someone who was bigger, tougher, and more bloodthirsty than both the Swedes and Danish combined. The toughest and most formidable Viking force, the Norwegians. These intrepid explorers weren't content with just raiding and conquering within known territories. They looked beyond the horizon, seeking adventure and glory in the vast, uncharted waters. Their longships, those marvels of maritime engineering, became vessels of discovery, carrying them to the edges of the known world and beyond. They braved treacherous seas, icy winds, and the unknown to discover and settle Iceland, a land of fire and ice that tested their resilience and fortitude. They pushed further, establishing a toehold on Greenland, a testament to their adaptability and sheer determination. And then, in a feat that still resonates with awe and wonder, they reached North America, centuries before Columbus. Leif Erikson, the embodiment of Norwegian daring, led the way, proving that the Vikings were not just warriors and raiders, but pioneers, explorers pushing the boundaries of human achievement. The Norwegians were also legendary warriors, feared for their ferocity and unmatched skill in battle. Harald Hardrada, the last great Viking king, is a prime example. This warrior extraordinaire fought across Europe, from the icy fjords of his homeland to the sun-drenched battlefields of the Byzantine Empire. The Norwegian Vikings were more than just raiders and explorers, they were survivors, pioneers, And above all, they embodied the true spirit of adventure and conquest that defines the Viking Age. So, there you have it. The Vikings ranked by their sheer toughness. The Swedish Vikings, masters of trade and diplomacy, laid the groundwork for powerful empires in the east. The Danish Vikings, fierce warriors and ambitious rulers, left their mark on England and beyond. But the Norwegian Vikings, those fearless explorers, ruthless warriors and legendary kings, they stand alone at the top. What do you think? Do you agree with our ranking? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more epic history content.